Hello and welcome back to the World of Tech. I'm Darren Dunn with a breaking story for you. I've managed just to get a good interview with Robert Shoesmith. Now, if you don't know who Robert is the gentleman that's queuing up in London for the iPhone 5. Queuing up already, you think? Well, Gizmodo, you got it wrong. I'm Darren Dunn from the World of Tech, and this is the interview with Robert Shoesmith. So we have Robert Shoesmith on the line, and if you don't know who Robert is, it's the gentleman that's decided to take things into his own hands and, well, start queuing for the iPhone 5 the minute it's released. Now, Robert, I've just got a few questions for you. I'd like to thank you for accepting this chance to talk to me. Now, my first question is, tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I currently work for a company called Medl Mobile, who are based in California, who develop iPhone applications and applications for Android. I had quite an unusual sort of way into the company, in the sense that I was looking through the App Store back in 2009 and came across an iPhone app called the App Incubator. Now, the App Incubator is an app which allows people to pitch ideas for iPhone apps. And if Medl Mobile like the application idea, then what they'll do is they'll pay the full development cost and give a percentage of the revenue back to the person who submitted the idea. So at the time I was working as a bin man for Coventry City Council. I'd studied internet marketing at the University of Derby, but due to a lack of maturity on my part, I had to quit the course early. So I got myself a job as a bin man, and then I came across Medl Mobile. I was looking for an opportunity to get into sort of marketing and PR, especially in the technology field. So thankfully Medl Mobile picked up the idea, which was problem halved, which was an agony aunt style application. I put together a comprehensive marketing and PR campaign, and I knew that the press would love the fact that the bin man was developing iPhone apps, because it's, quite a unique story. So that's really where it all began, through Problem Halved.
Right, so what's your project about then? Because I know that you're not spending any money, which is kind of bizarre because you've got to live somewhere. Explain to us how you're going to be doing it.
Yeah, well, the idea is that I'm asking companies worldwide to help me out with products to take down with me whilst I'm camping outside the Apple Store in Covent Garden for the new iPhone 5. So the idea is that these companies are going to supply me with products for me to get by with, and in return I'll blog about the products which have been donated, and sort of blog to my readers about exactly how those products have come in handy whilst I'm there. So the idea is that the companies are getting a lot of free editorial coverage, and also I'll be hopefully living a life of luxury outside the Apple Store. So it's been amazing so far. I've probably got close to £40,000 worth of products and entertainment services. So
you say you got £40,000 worth?
Yeah, if you include a car, Chevrolet got in touch with me and have offered to give me a car for the experiment. So the idea is, because I've got a lot of stuff on me, then I'll need some sort of transportation down to London, and that's part of the experiment, that I can't spend any cash getting down there as well. So they've offered to give me a 4x4.
Whoa.
Sorry, that's an email alert from someone. I've been given a 4x4 car by Chevrolet, and they'll pay the insurance on it, and also they will pay to sort of pick it up and drop it off to me in any location in the UK. So that's really cool.
That's really impressive. In fact, I can't wait for the iPad. I think I might have to do this myself.
I've got a couple of other ideas up my sleeve which I might do off the back of this iPhone 5 experiment. I don't know, we'll just have to see what happens, because it's an experiment at the end of the day, and it's just gone crazy. I've got personal trainer who's going to come down and keep me fit outside the Apple shop, because I'm going to be hanging around for a long time. So I just want to fill my days with some activities. Got a few live bands who are going to come down and play some acoustic sets to me, hopefully, which will be cool. And some top London restaurants will be feeding me. Maybe bringing down a couple of beers for me, but I've got to be really careful because of the licensing laws and that type of thing. But I've even got a laundry company who will sort of pick up my dirty washing. So I know I'll probably stink after a while. So basically, they're going to pick it up, wash and iron it, and then drop it back off to me outside the Apple store. So I'll have clean clothes every day to wear, which will come in really handy as well. Then there's a mobile hairdresser as well, who's going to come down and give me a haircut. Because normally during the day, I'm really busy sort of working on my Medl Mobile stuff. So I'm thinking of sort of like, whilst I'm there, maybe get a dentist down to give me a bit of a dentist, teeth check, and an eye doctor could come down and give me an eyesight test. So there's loads of really things like that which I wouldn't normally do. So maybe I'll have a lot of time on my hands, so I can get all that stuff sorted out whilst I've got a lot of time to wait. So the whole idea of it is just to see how far I can sort of take it, really. And the world's media have sort of picked up on the story, and it's just spread so fast. I just wanted to sort of let your viewers know that an American blogger picked up the story in the Coventry Telegraph, and then basically presumed that I was already camping outside the Apple store, but that wasn't the case. It was a picture of me in the tent in my living room with all the stuff. It was just like a promotional picture which they took. So basically he put 2 and 2 together and got 5, posted an article, and that's when the likes of Examiner, Redmond Pie, and Gizmodo picked up on the story. So the blog stats have absolutely exploded. I'm even having called some Brazilian TV channels asking me to do interviews with them. So I've set the record straight, but the interest hasn't sort of dropped off. There's not really a lot I can do about what's being said on the internet apart from sort of posting responses on the blog. So yeah, it's all really fun at the end of the day. Some people may say it's crazy, and it probably is to an extent. But the thing is, I've connected myself to so many different people worldwide, which will stand me in good stead for the future in my marketing and PR career. So you can't please everyone at the end of the day. So I just want to see where it takes me.
Right. I mean, I can't really. I was shocked when I saw it. I thought it was just going to be somebody that was going to be like, okay, maybe they've misheard that it's not going to be launched till September time. And then when I actually read about it, I was like, okay, this guy's got guts.
Yeah, to be honest, the original idea was to wait until Apple holds a press conference, because normally what happens is Apple sends emails to journalists with a little app icon on it saying, come and join us for this event.
Little
so the idea
teasers.
was to wait until that event and then basically make my plans from there, just to see, when I'd be looking to camp out. But what I would say is that I'd be looking to camp out for a long period of time. It's not going to be a day or two. It'll be a lot longer than that. But what I will be doing is, as soon as I've set up camp and I'm set up outside the Apple store, then I'll post a tweet on @Shoesmith81 and on the blog. I've got a website which is being launched within the next sort of week or so. But at the minute, if people just Google the iPhone 5 experiment, then they'll see it at robshoesmith.blogspot.com. So
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still can't believe actually how determined people are to actually go out and get this iPhone. I mean, you see people in the queue that are really disappointed, but it seems like you, Robert, you're refusing to walk away without an iPhone. You're definitely determined.
To be honest, yeah, I'm going to have to get hold of the iPhone, you know. If I'm camping out, you know, for weeks potentially, then yeah, I'd like to get hold of the iPhone. But the thing is, I went to a iPhone or iPad launch in the past, and I was probably queuing up for probably about 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, I actually quite enjoyed it. I got talking to a few people in the line and stuff. And
yeah,
you know,
apparently Apple bring you drinks as well. Apparently Apple get people to bring you drinks and biscuits and stuff. I tell you what, it's better than home. In fact, I'll see you in London in 10 minutes, mate. It's crazy how Apple go about it.
Hopefully I might get a glass of champagne, but you never know.
well, you deserve it. You know, you're camping outside.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's I didn't really have any sort of expectations before I sort of set up the blog. I was kind of thinking that it may not work. I tested the water with a few emails to a few people, a few companies to see if they'd be interested. Had a couple of knockbacks, but sometimes that drives me on to actually make it work, because it sort of annoys me that people didn't get the idea initially. So the idea was I'd go back and make it succeed. So what I did was contact a number of companies, smaller companies initially. Got a few companies behind the whole project, and that's when I approached some of the bigger boys like Paddy Hansen, and those types of people. And yeah, it's just snowballed from there really. And the bigger companies, once I've got the bigger companies on board, they have a sense of brand loyalty, so their customers will identify with their brand and hope to follow the story. So I've probably got 150 companies on board, so
you're doing really well with it.
So thanks. Yeah, they're all going to put together sort of like a bit of a social media campaign around the experiment. So I've got 150 people, basically companies who will be tweeting away about my experiment and tweeting blog posts to their customers. So basically, I'm sort of almost piggybacking their marketing efforts really.
What are you expecting in the iPhone 5? Anything major?
Yeah, to be honest, I think because Android's catching up very fast. I think personally, Apple needs to release something brilliant in the next version. I mean, that's my personal view on mine.
Fully agree.
Got it wrong, but the thing is though, because there were issues in the iPhone 4 originally with the antenna issue, I think they're going to make sure they get it spot on this time.
They need to. They're under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, they need to stay ahead of the competition. I know they're sort of like huge, but I think they need to release something massive, where people say, wow, this is brilliant.
What about the camera? I know people are on about an 8-megapixel camera. Are you believing that?
Yeah, I think there'll probably be a better camera. I mean, I'll be probably taking a few shots on my iPhone 4 camera, and it's okay, it's not bad.
The iPhone has an amazing camera, even the iPhone 4. I can't imagine how the 8-megapixel camera would look any different, to be honest.
That's the thing though, because people get a bit mistaken with megapixels, don't they? You know, it's for what you want it for. It's I think, you know, as it is, it's good enough really. And certainly what I want to use it for is more than good enough for me really. Right,
Robert, I'd like to thank you very much for giving us permission to talk with you. And if you do want to get hold of Robert, social links will be in the video description. Robert, have you got any social links you'd like to just shout out?
Yeah, if people want to follow me on Twitter at Shoesmith81, and then they can email me Rob at Medl Mobile, which is MEDL mobile.com. And if people want to follow the experiment, then if they just Google iPhone 5 experiment Rob Shoesmith, then it should be at the top of the Google rankings. So and probably within the next week the website will be launching. So just check out the blog and follow me on Twitter, and I'll be announcing that as well. And as soon as I get down to London and I'm in line for the iPhone 5, then I'll be tweeting some pictures and providing regular updates. So the idea is that I'm going to be blogging constantly outside the store. I've got a Ustream channel set up as well, so hopefully if the signal's good enough, I'll be doing a few live video broadcasts whilst I'm there.
And I'm sure I'll be joining you for them as well. I'll definitely be in the chat talking to the others.